2 in New York and almost 12 o'clock in Los Angeles. So basically a lot of volume coming from the United States coming in right now. I think that's a nice time to trade. So I decided to hop on a stream. Let's see how that goes. That out of the way. Excuse me. Still have to do some minor checks. Before we begin. If the music is too loud, please let me know. If you are watching this a little bit later, which could be handy as well, because I will do a lot of price predictions in this video. Then that stuff. I thought the music was good, but could be wrong. All right, so we'll begin with Matic. I just did a price prediction on Matic, which went pretty well, at least. I mean, I held the coin and made some decent profits. I'm actually holding it right now still. So yeah. Currently, what happened is that it actually have found resistance at this level at 1.4, around 1.43, which was expected. Excuse me. But now it just needs to find some bullish momentum again. And I'm not quite sure where it will find that. It might actually find it right here at this 1.34 level. I think that's quite strong. You saw a lot of resistance on it. We can actually take a look if it comes together with a Fibonacci level. Kind of 0.618. Let's mark that area real quick. Yeah, so the 0.618 is right there. Yeah. I think if you buy from here, that would be nice. It might actually find some. So then I think it will bounce off of the 1.34, but it might also drop down a little bit lower. I sincerely do not hope that it goes any lower than this 0.236. To me that's too big of a pullback, but it could actually drop down to the 1.31, possibly even a 1.30. I mean, 1.30 is a nice psychological key level. And from there on it might actually find resistance here again. Maybe after that it will find support a little bit higher and go up again. Excuse me. A little bit of a fever. So yeah, I think that is the most likely price prediction. I mean, what could also happen is that from here on out it might bounce off of it again, maybe up there again, then it will find resistance right here, most certainly. I mean, the 1.5 is quite strong. And after that you just don't really know what will happen, in my opinion. Let's make this narrow to actually show you that from here on, I mean, it could actually go down, it could actually drop down a little bit, possibly even up until the 1.34. But I am expecting a lot of bullish momentum still from Matic. That's why I'm also still in the trade, or holding the coin. Just think it's very interesting. Let's take a small look at Shiba Inu. So last time I did a price prediction, I think the price was around here, around the 22.36 level. And my price prediction was, I think, breaking through this area, find a retest at this area, which it didn't do. But after that, the first resistance would be here, first real resistance. And that proved out to be quite literally the perfect resistance. I mean, it hit the top of that resistance area, which is at 35. I mean, I will not say all of those zeros, but basically 35. And yeah, from there on it dropped by quite a bit. Then it actually hit this key level right here, the 2050. Excuse me again. It's quite tough. But yeah, from here on out, I mean, we can redraw this fib, most definitely. Then you can actually see that it found resistance at the 0.5. And then found resistance at the 0.236. Okay. So you can draw another fib here if we really wanted to. And it actually seems that it found resistance at around the 0.618. Not really a good fit, to be honest. Yeah, so the all-time high, I think, was this area. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to check real quick if I this. So the all-time high is 50. Okay. So it hit this point. Big psychological key level. So around there. I mean, that's still a long way to go. That's like almost 100% up. So that is quite a bit. Could it get there? I am not quite sure. I mean, it broke through this resistance, around the 25, quite easily. So you could argue. You could argue for it. Broke through this resistance as well. I mean, now we can actually draw a clearer resistance, I think. That it's a little bit more like this. So I think it could get higher. I mean, possibly what will happen is that from here on out, it will shoot straight through this.
Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
So shoot straight to this and then find, I don't even think it will find resistance right here. I just think that it will go straight through and then take a break and retest really quick and then go up to that all-time high. I just cannot see a world where from this all-time high that the all-time high wouldn't cause a massive sell-off. I think from that sell-off, it's just too big of a way to go up again to actually reach another all-time high. I just don't think. I mean, it might reach an all-time high if it just barely, like with some slippage, it slips above it. But I just think in this current state of the market, I mean, we're just all waiting for a bull run, and it is not really manifesting itself. I mean, you can see it from different coins going up, like SHIB. I mean, a meme coin going up is a quite good indicator of enough money to cause a bull run. But in that state of the market, I just don't see a world where people would not sell their meme coin from here. I mean, no shame on meme coins or anything, but I just think everybody or a lot of people will sell off from here, causing the price to drop down a little bit, and then people will just panic and they will sell, causing the price to fall, and then people who were in from low, I mean, they will stay in the longest because they would be in the profit the longest, but they will also think, well, I mean, if this goes on like this, I might actually end up break even instead of plus 150%. So they'll sell off as well, and I mean, the price might even dip as low as right here. There's just no saying in where it will drop down to. It really depends on the people who hold it. And with this coin, I think a lot of people will actually just still hold it. So it will not drop down to its original value, but it could drop down to this 25 area again. I mean, there's just no guarantee that it won't from this 0.5. I'm going to try to find something for my throat real quick. I might have to get some tea. Everything's still running smoothly, yes. Nice stream, thank you. Thank you, thank you, Terza. Yeah, so I'm gonna make some tea real quick. I think I'll make some coffee actually. And then we'll get back to doing some price predictions. All right. So if you just started watching or just started paying attention, basically what we're doing is price predictions live and also some trading. Trading I do based upon earlier analysis, and that's why I have this watch list right here. I mean, you can see when a price moves a lot, and then I will take a look at that and find some areas from which we can buy or actually sell it if I'm already holding it, just to gain a little bit more percentage out of it. So I also did Chainlink yesterday, at these two pots. So what actually happened is it found resistance at the 28 again. Then, as I predicted, it found a very nice support at 25.24. Oh no, it actually it didn't find resistance first, it dropped down first. Which I said in the video, I mean, it could drop down from now on, or it could find resistance again. But from the support, from the 25.35, it actually found resistance again at the 28. And now some sort of bullish structure is starting to show, but not really yet. Because it more so looks like it's actually consolidating. Let me make my coffee real quick. So yeah, as I said, it looks like it's consolidating. That's why I'm also I also won't take another buy from this 25.35 area. I just think that after such a move has come out from it, the validation is actually not right anymore. Axie Infinity is also something I analyzed, I think, a few days back. And I mean, we can take away this trend line. So my prediction was that it would go down from here, take resistance right there. What actually happened quite literally, I mean, it had some drawdown. And then basically that it would find resistance. Let me zoom in a little bit. That it would find resistance at this area, which is around the 120. First of all, that's a psychological key level. Second of all, there is also a 0.236 Fibonacci and a trend line break retest. So yeah, that's all there. All right, I'll be right back. Right, I just got some coffee, so my throat should be better right now. So this area also I wouldn't trade from it right now because it already has seen two very big moves. Here it went from 120 up until 140, which is a huge percentage move. And here it actually went up from 120 up to where it is right now, 130. But it also had found some resistance at the 140 key level. Let me actually expand that. I think it will stay relevant for the next few days. And I also had this wildcard area for if the price. I mean, it happens quite often that after such a bull run, there will just be one very big wick that will shoot down to a lower point, lower resistance area, and I just thought that this 100 psychological key level would be ideal for that. So yeah, but it didn't. I mean, it could still. I think this is still valid, but from here on, I just think it is more likely that the price will take a path such as maybe bounce once more. I mean, once or twice more that could happen, but then it will actually go up again, and I think it will take a small pullback from that 155. but it will bounce back quite easily and then go up again. I'm very bullish on Axie, on the game, on this cryptocurrency, and also on SLP. So, I mean, first of all, if we're going to look at it, right now it is at place 26, which is quite high, 8 billion market cap. But there's definitely room to grow. I mean, it's better than ICP, I think. It's better than Filecoin. I'm not going to say anything about Shiba Inu. I think it's better than Bitcoin Cash, better than Red Bitcoin, better than Litecoin, or better, I mean, it has real functionality. It's in a real game. The game is quite good. It's quite simple at this point, but fundamentally, I'm just very bullish on it. So I think the price should reflect that. With cryptocurrencies, it not always does, but you got the point. So let's take a look at SLP. Also, the price prediction of that, I think 2 days ago. As you can see, an uptrend is kind of starting to form. So what I did is I did a price prediction from this candlestick when it has actually just bounced off the 0.618 fib. And what I did after it, I mean, I thought it would drop down a little bit lower, up until the 0.7675 somewhere, but it actually bounced off of this 0.776, which was also reflected at this top. And from there I thought it would actually reach the 0.10 psychological key level, but it was a little bit more bearish, indicating possibly some more bearish momentum, which is not ideal, but I mean, if you look at this support trend line, it's holding up quite well. You should always see support trend lines as somewhat of a zone. So if we had it the way it was drawn a few seconds ago, it would actually look like it had broken. But if you draw it like this, you can see that it holds very well, but also like this. And if we draw it like this, it seems like it hits the most points, which can be used as a technique to draw trend lines, especially support trend lines. So yeah. So what's next for SLP? I think the support trend line will hold, and then it might actually find resistance at the 0.10 psychological key level. Originally I had planned that it would then find support again at 0.09, which could happen, but what could happen also is that it goes a little bit that it goes down by a little bit more. I mean, here you see quite an interesting key level, and I think especially when the price goes up to 0.10, the EMAs will go up a little bit too, and then this becomes so the 0.084, 0.082 becomes a very interesting support level. So yeah, it might do that as well. So after it finds resistance at the 0.10, I think the next area where it will find support is 0.09, but it could also drop down as far as 0.085, 0.083. So let's just draw it, and from there I think the next serious key level is around the 0.1150. And from there on out, I think quite the pullback will happen. We can also just spotted this. We can also do this. Might be handy in the future. And we might find resistance a little bit earlier, possibly at the 0.11. So anywhere between the 0.11 and the 0.1150. I think some sort of pullback will happen. Yeah, and to be honest, after it hits this area, or the 0.11, I just need to update this, because most certainly some other price formations have formed for that time. Do I think there's more upside for it? Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, the 0.15 is very nice, but you could also think as high as 0.20. It's basically, with Smooth Love Potion, is just a weird story, because these coins are minted and burned every day, so it also kind of depends on the player base. Excuse me. But yeah, technically seen, it's just in a nice uptrend, and it could definitely reach higher than 0.11 or 0.1150, but I just need to update it. Updated before that point of time. I'm just doing some trading on the side as well. Excuse me. Alright, so Avalanche, quite interesting as well. I think it's up for a very nice bull run, but it has not really technically, like in a technical analysis, it has not really provided us with a lot of confirmation for a bull move happening anytime soon. It did find nice resistance at this key level, so 59 up until 57, but then it found resistance at this very interesting fib, so 0.5 fib, not even a 0.618, so that's too bad. I mean, what happens quite a lot with altcoins, but also with Avalanche in particular, I mean, you can see it right here, is that then this support line holds for quite some time and then it breaks. So what will happen eventually, in my opinion, is that one of these trend lines will actually hold. So then it will find support at it a few times, and then you can actually see a triangle here. So is there any way we can actually easily create that? Yes, there is. So what you actually create then, if it actually bounces off of this support trend line, is this triangle, because I think then it will find support at the 0.5, possibly the 0.618 more often, and this is quite bullish, because if it then breaks out, it will also break out of this trend line, break out of the trend line, and when it breaks out of all those things, I mean, I think there's just a lot of bullish momentum after that. So you'd get something like this, and then after that, I think after breaking all of these resistance areas, you kind of go stop loss hunting. I think there's enough momentum to actually shoot through to the 74 potentially, and then it might find a small pullback up into the 69 somewhere. Then I think there's actually more potential to the upside, but again, when it actually breaks through the 72 up until 74 key level, I'd need to really update this analysis. So I think I will do a price prediction on Avalanche quite soon. But yeah, I'm first of all waiting confirmation on this support trend line holding, because if it isn't, I mean, this would just all be for nothing. But let's leave these in place for now. Let's actually look at Ethereum. I think Ethereum right now is quite interesting because Bitcoin and Ethereum are always seem to be moving in front of the market. So Bitcoin makes a move, Ethereum makes a move, and then all of the other altcoins make a move. Excuse me if that is very loud. So what we can see right now is that it is actually at a key level. This might be actually the full key level, and there is a small key level above that. Also the retest of a trend line, and you get this trend line. A lot of trend lines intertwined at that area. So what I often do is place a horizontal line where they cross, because most of the time that creates a very nice resistance area. So in this case 3900. So what we see happening right here is that Ethereum has been making steady higher highs and higher lows. But right now it's at quite an important key level. Basically, one of two things could happen. It could actually find resistance at it once more, possibly a little bit higher, 3704. So here, and it could actually drop down a little bit, so up into the like 3500 or 3475. I think this would be the most realistic outcome, so that it bounces off of this and then finds resistance anywhere between 3840 and 3915, somewhere between that, and then it will just create a healthy uptrend from there. But what could also happen is that it just straight up breaks through this resistance area, creating bullish momentum at first, but then I think this pullback could be a little bit heavier. So that would be short term the most bullish outcome, but I think this would long term be the most bullish outcome, definitely for technical investors. I mean, for long term holders it doesn't really matter, but still. And then of course it could also drop down a little bit more. Fundamentally seen, I don't think Ethereum will drop down by a lot more, but again it could. So I think that the worst thing that could happen is that it falls all the way up until the 3300, which wouldn't even be too bad, but I mean it is signaling a wrong thing to all the other coins, in my opinion. I don't think it will happen, but when it goes down even lower than the 3475, then I think this area must hold. And from here on, I mean, anything could happen, but I mean, it could consolidate a little bit higher than that, but I think that support will hold. Nothing really happening. Arweave, what are you doing? Not too much, as I expected. You do see somewhere something happening right about here. I mean, it almost seems that this is creating a nice little channel. Can I not clone this? Yes, I can. Is that the truth? See, that trend line is quite identical. So if we just like remove the other one, I mean, I think we would be able to use this one. It had a small breakthrough at 52. But yeah, otherwise it has been respecting this. I do find this cryptocurrency a little bit weird to analyze. It's possibly oh shit. It's possibly too much of a small cap cryptocurrency. But I'm not quite sure of that. So I think from here. I think I drew it from all the way there. Up a little bit. Something like that, I think I had. So yeah, as I said, I find this cryptocurrency a little bit hard to analyze. Some weird moves, and it's just a little bit too small capped. I mean, what would be a very nice position to enter? Definitely around I mean, I think you could, I'm quite sure about it that you could expect a move from the 59 up until 58.6. I mean there was already a retest, but I think it might incur some drawdown up until the 0.618, but I think that could result in a very nice day trade. I mean, long term, I'm not quite sure on this cryptocurrency. It has some substitutes, so I believe, yeah, where is it? 58 it is right now in terms of market cap. It's basically storage, and that's also a little bit what Silica do, but also Filecoin and Sia Coin. I'm not quite sure if Silica does it, so I have to get back on that, but still they're not the only ones doing it, and I'm just not deep enough in their fundamentals to actually know if they're the best one. Let's look at this one, YFII Money. Here you can see it. So you can see that it made some very nice bull moves also in 2020, but right now it doesn't have that much volume. I mean, it had a lot of volume right there, $500 million, $500 million, sorry. But now it is just, I think, awaiting some more influx of money. As you can see here, this bearish trend line has held up, and now what you're actually getting is this triangle forming, and I am not quite sure which way it will go. So there are basically two things that can happen. First one being it breaks through to the top side, then I think it will find resistance at the 0.236, so that's 4,600 somewhere there. Then a small pullback might actually come, but I think there will be enough bullish momentum already at 4,400, and from there on, I mean, you'll definitely reach 5,000. Might reach more, but I'm not quite sure of that. But what could also happen is that it actually breaks through to the downside. Yeah, I'm just not quite sure. It might find resistance somewhere right there, but then I think it could even drop down lower to 3,660. And if I would need to be honest, I do think that this area would be a nice area to buy from. But I mean, the price has been lower in the last couple of months, so I mean, if this support area breaks, this coin might actually just keep on falling down, and that's just not something I can guarantee. So in my opinion, the only positive outcome would be a breakdown to the upside. I think that would give us enough confirmation to be bullish on this cryptocurrency, first of all. But second of all, I also think that gives us the most risk avoiding opportunities. I mean, we then have confirmation for the bullishness of this cryptocurrency. And when it breaks down here, I mean, you could buy from the 3650 area, but you really don't have any guarantee, because the price has only shown us a confirmation to the downside. And if we look down here, I mean, it has certainly been lower than that. I mean, there's no doubt in saying that this is a very strong key level, the 37 up until 3600. But still, it could drop down, and when it drops down, then the first real key level you got is basically here. So 3300, which right now would be combined with a 200 EMA. So definitely a lot of bullish momentum coming from that. I'm just 90% sure, but still you're then in a loss, and you would need a lot of bullish momentum to actually gain a nice profit. I mean, break even, okay, you could definitely get break even, but you would need a very big move to actually make some profit off of this position. So yeah, another interesting one is, I think, Monero, with all of the stuff going on of countries beating down on Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is always taken as an example, but basically beating down on cryptocurrencies in general. This could become a very nice alternative, because it is that much centralized on privacy and not actually knowing who owns the coins and stuff. So yeah, price right now is set at 20 or 282. As you can see here, it has been holding up to this support level a little bit. Also broke through the resistance, but found the next resistance at 296. I mean, it looks quite bullish right now. It looks as though the 275 key level is actually strong enough to hold it, which is very nice. But if it breaks, so this level, the 275, if it breaks, first of all, I think that would be bad news. But then it will definitely find support at 260 up until 264. I mean, if it reaches that price, I'm definitely buying, because from here it wouldn't be positive, because it might actually find resistance here again, and it might take some time before it gets around to the 300 psychological key level again. But this is a nice entry. I mean, you could incur some drawdown from there, but long-term scene, that's just a very nice entry. You could definitely gain 10% on that if you would like to day trade, at least. So yeah, that is if it breaks. But what could also happen, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure if that's that good for Monero. What could also happen is that it, from here on out, it goes up to the level again, might go a little bit higher, so up into the 300. But what could happen is that some sort of consolidation happens, so something like this, and then it will take quite a long term So as you can see here, sometimes a little bit higher high, a little bit lower high, and a little bit higher low, and a little bit lower low. So that happens quite a lot with these cryptocurrencies. They just, as you can see here, they just stay stuck in small ranges for a couple of days or weeks sometimes. And then it just breaks out, and it could break out to the upside, but it could also break out to the downside. If I were to bet my money on it, I would say for Monero it is to the upside, but still you can never be sure. So yeah, that's basically I think the most likely scenarios on that. Algorand, I think it's quite interesting as well. I did do a price analysis on it, I think around this time, and I indicated this area as a nice buy area. I mean, it would have been a great buy area if you would have bought there, because from here it went to from 1.55. In a few days it went up to 2. So if you know a little bit about math, that's 33%. So that was very nice. And then I think I did another price prediction on it a little bit later, basically stating that it could from this price area, so 1.81, basically two things can happen. It can go down, and that would mean it would find resistance at the 1.71, but it could drop down as low as 1.68. But yeah, that didn't happen. What actually happened was the other scenario. That is that from that price point it would actually go up, that it would find resistance at the 1.97, possibly even up until the 2.0 psychological key level, which it has now done. It actually hit it first a little bit earlier, as you can see right here, around 2 o'clock at night. Then what was in my price prediction is that it would retest off of this area and then find enough bullish momentum to at least go to the 2.1 again. What it has now done is that it has found resistance again at the same key level. So I still think it will go up to the 2.1 again, but it might need to drop down a little bit lower, so possibly up until the 1.85, something like this. Maybe that's more realistic right now. Okay. Sometimes there are some warnings. It seems good, to be honest. Alright, so no real trade opportunities have arrived. SHIB is also not moving too much. Alright, yeah, let's go on. So what I actually wanted to do now, we just did a small update on some cryptocurrencies. What I wanted to do is do a new price analysis. And I really wanted to analyze Compound. What's like the abbreviation is comp. Yeah, then you get the Binance one, which is the one I need. So let's do this, and I'm just going to boil some water. I'll be right back. Put this on daily. Okay. Okay, that looks quite interesting. Alright, I'll be right back. Compound. Right, let's do it. So what I usually do is I start off with some fibs, which I draw in a certain way. Okay, I cannot actually. I might be able to use this Fibonacci. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't look too promising, guys. Maybe this is better. Huh? Also not looking too promising. Alright, we might not be able to use fibs. At least not that fib. Is there any earlier price action? Not much earlier than that, at least. But what we could do is, of course, do a fib from here. Yeah. Might even be able to do it from here. No, just these fibs are not really looking very good, so I mean, this has to be a good fib. It's just, yeah, see that's spot on the 0.382. Yeah, this does look better, so we're just gonna use this to get a little bit of an indicator on key levels. We can also see that this is a very nice key level. Yeah. At this point of time, this looks like a promising key level. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not quite sure about the 350. 400, is it nice? No, not really also. This one looks better. A little bit too big maybe, but that's about the level we'd like it to be. I mean, there's definitely a key level right here. It's just kind of difficult to determine. Let's say that it is somewhat like this. Then we can actually see a very nice trend line from here up until there. Yeah, that's holding. Very nice as well. Then what we can also see is potentially a very nice or a very strong trend line right here. And just for a good measure, I'm also going to plop this on. It seems like it had some nice touches. So yeah, let's go to the 4-hour time frame to actually get into it or dive into it a little bit more. Yeah, see, now this looks this looks like a key level that's a little bit more promising. Something like this, yeah. And can we spot something right here? Yeah, I'm just gonna draw a horizontal line right about here. That looks quite interesting too. Together with actually this area. That's quite big, even. That's quite a big key level. I mean, of course, to gain some oversight, we are going to do this. Then we actually see another key level right about here. I think we can easily say. Yeah. So are there more interesting FIB levels? I don't really see them. This was at 530.5. So let's see that again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what we can see from this whole price analysis is that there is actually quite the bearish setup. I mean, all of these things holding, all of these trend lines, and it's finding real resistance at the resistance areas. It's not really breaking through, which usually is not a good sign. I mean, it broke through this trend line quite easily after a hit on the 287 support key area. So I mean, that's quite bullish. That would basically mean that this is a very strong key level. So the 280 up until 286 would basically mean that. Because from here on out, it actually had a nice bull move, finding resistance at this trend line at the 314 area. But after that, it broke through, even doing a break retest, as you can see here on the 308. And now it is, I mean, it found resistance at the 0.618 together with the 100 EMA at about 333. So you could see that as bad, but the moves before that are quite bullish. So might be interesting to dive into this a little bit more. I think some opportunities could actually come from this. Could very well be. So this is quite a big key level. I know. So if we do something like this, yeah, it touched the 0.618, so that indicates not a really strong trend, but my gut feeling is telling me something else. There it hit the 0.382, then it hit the 0.5. So now, I mean, to be honest, this might be an interesting level. I mean, it's quite close, but looking at the Fibonacci's, the EMAs and the key level right there, I mean, what might actually happen is that this here right now, so what might happen is that it bounces off of this, then the next real resistance area is at 350. Or somewhere right here. I mean, the wick could even find resistance as high as 358. But after that, I mean, what could really happen is that it breaks and then finds retest at 345, and from there a lot of things can happen. I mean, it will obviously find resistance here at the 375, although yeah, it looks like that. It looks like it would find resistance right there. But still, that would be very bullish. That would indicate a bullish trend, gaining more bullish momentum. And that all came from this key level, 287. And now I am kind of convinced in this buy area, basically 318 up until the 316 point. I'm fairly convinced. I mean, obviously what could happen is that it drops down a little bit lower. I mean, possibly somewhere around here, 308. But from there on, I mean, it might go a little bit slower, but still it is looking, I mean, something like this might happen. So it finds resistance at the 333 resistance area again. But then it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, before it actually gets some sort of bull move. Yeah, no, that looks quite good. Semi long term. So next couple of weeks, probably the from now up until the end of October. Yeah, I mean, I might buy into this. I'll hold my eye open for this, definitely. I think it's that good. Alright, so that's a compound. I'm gonna make my tea real quick. I didn't even do it. Just really have to make some tea for my fever. So yeah, that's compound. If you just started watching, basically what I just did is a price prediction on the compound cryptocurrency, which is quite big. Look that up real quick. At this point of time, it is rank 67. And what I basically did was sketch out these two scenarios of what could happen for compound in the next couple of weeks. basically the main point is that this 319 up until 317 area is, I think, potentially very good. I mean, it could potentially serve as a foundation for a new bull run. Definitely a bull move, in my opinion. So I'll be waiting on that, and actually trading it as well. Yeah, let's actually do another price prediction. Hello Martijn, great to have you here. Let's do another price prediction. If there are any requests, let me know. Up until that time, I will look at something else. I mean, we also have Luna or Terra. But in my opinion, like, technically seen, the analysis of this is looking very weird right now. So I think I have to start all over with this one. And up until that point, I do not think that I can make up a lot out of this. I mean, what instantly jumps out as a very nice opportunity is buying at the 37. But that's quite a different. That's quite a difficult area. All right, let's do a small price prediction on Luna. So right now, where it's at, it broke through a minor resistance area, as you can see right there. It bounced off of this probably major resistance area. So this 48 up to 50, 50 obviously a major psychological key level. Could you soften the background music? Yeah, of course. Hopefully, at least. I don't think I could put it any lower than this. So if it is too high, let me actually bring this back. I think this would solve it. Yeah, this should solve it. Thank you for the feedback. So yeah, where was I? So yeah, basically what it's doing right now is it's breaking through this, or it's trying to break through this resistance area. It hasn't quite done it as of yet, because if we zoom in a little bit more, we see that these wicks, actually right here, they indicate another resistance area. So the first thing that could happen for this is that it actually bounces off of this again. I mean, it has the 50 EMA, it has the trend line, and obviously some sort of resistance. So it could do something like this. And then from there on, I think this is an all-time high, and I don't think that anytime soon. Yeah, that's an all-time high. And Terra has seen a lot of bull moves in the last couple of weeks and days, so I think the bullish momentum has ran out a little bit, so something like this might form, some sort of consolidation. And after the consolidation, obviously after some time it could get another bull run, but I definitely think it has to regenerate some energy to actually go on a bull run again. So that could happen. What could also happen, I am not quite sure if this resistance area is actually quite good. So let me fix some things in the analysis. Excuse me. So let me fix some things in the analysis, and then I will finish this price prediction. I think this is more of an accurate key level. So something else that could happen is that after this major bull run, so something similar happened here. So the 21st of September, it went from 24 up until 41. So that's 80-90% up. And then from 41, it went back to 33. So that's somewhere like 20-30% down. And if it would do that from 43 right now, then it would actually find resistance at a little bit lower. I don't think that math is correct. No, about 20%. So, I mean, something like that could happen again. So, basically right now we're here, it could break through. And when it breaks through this earlier key area around the 44.8 and the 44.2, then I do think some bullish or some support will be found at the 40 psychological round key level. So right here, together with the 100 EMA and the drawn key level. But I don't think that's enough to actually get it back into this range again. So the range between 50 basically and 43. But what I do think is that if it goes down even lower, up until this area, so let's just for ease of use, let's use 38 up until 36.75, so basically 1.25 key level. You basically have this key level right here and these two trend lines, and these trend lines are also crossing over. That increases the strength of the key level. So, and then you also have the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, which is quite strong. So what could happen from here on out is that, I mean, as you can see right here, I mean, it might find some consolidation at first, but then eventually I think this area, so again 38 up until 36.75, could serve as a foundation for another bull run. So past the 50 psychological key level and technical key level. Where to is not quite certain, because what you will encounter when you do these price predictions on coins such as Luna, which has been going to the moon lately, but also Shiba, when a price reaches all-time highs, there are really not that much technical indicators to go off on and to do your analysis on. So that's a problem you encounter then, and basically I will need to update this price prediction, possibly in a video, possibly in another stream, to correctly think where it will go. I mean, you could use some trend lines like this. This is probably a little bit too high. Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, this trend line could be very realistic. So 52.5 might find resistance at that, but again, I would need to update. So I guess that's a small price prediction on Terra. No big moves are happening. Matic seems to be moving. No, not too much. Arweave not doing too much. Monero not doing too much. Compound. I would love to see Compound reach this area in the stream, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen. Algo also not doing too much. Went down by a little bit more. No, it's pretty quiet right now. I mean, if we look at the last 24 hours, so excuse me, Harmony did quite well, Phantom as well. I wanted to do a price analysis on Phantom, but I might do that in a separate video, because I don't really know what Phantom is as of now. Okay. It seems interesting, but I think a like separate video would be more suited for this. I could update my Cardano analysis. I mean, that's pretty due. Yeah, did a price prediction quite a while back. Then I indicated this 2.0 level. I mean, you had some drawdown, but great trade, to be honest. Went up by more than 20%. If you would have gotten out at the best area at this point of time, it's up about 15%, 12, 13 maybe. So yeah, I really need to update this. This trend line is not invalidated quite yet. This one ain't either. I mean, we can remove this one. And I think these key levels need to be updated a little bit. So what we will do is go up into the daily, remove these buy areas because they are old, and let's draw some better resistance areas, some that are a little bit more precise than these ones. These are a little bit outdated. I mean, this one seems quite good. I mean, the 2.37 up until the 2.30 seems like a pretty big but a good key level. So I might need to narrow that down in the 4-hour time frame. Again, we can also see something right there. Nah, that's not strong enough to actually get a key level. This is though. Alright. We also have this right here and this key level right there. Yeah, let's jump down to the 4-hour again. I mean, now it always just looks like a bunch of gray boxes. First I need to check if we can update that FIB, but excuse me, but we cannot. That's better. So it sees into the future a little bit more. Let's make it a different color for obvious reasons. It's not quite visible right now. Let's actually see what the price has been doing the last couple of days and weeks. Well, breaking through resistance trend lines, that much I can tell you. That's a very good sign. Is it also break retesting on top of these? It kind of is. Kind of. Not really though. I mean we could still check it out in the future. See if it will bring us any luck. So what we can see right now is that the price is obviously consolidated and not really moving too much. This is another trend line you could draw, or is it not? Not too strong. Something like this. It's also not really valid. Okay, it's interesting. So what you can see from these EMAs are basically running flat. I mean, right now the 28 and the 50, they are moving up a little bit. That's telling us that some sort of an uptrend is going on, but that mainly came from this move right here, from the 2.15 up to the 2.37. That basically made those EMAs go up. But right now, it's tough. I mean, I see a lot of people that are bullish on Cardano, and I think it's a great cryptocurrency, but like technically seen, it is not giving us any confirmation, like neither up or down. Let's see if this brings a little bit more clarity. I mean, what happened here is a triangle kind of happened, a little bit more like this. I think this would be a little bit more valid. So you can see, and it actually tried to, maybe on a 1 hour time frame, this is actually a fake out, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not gonna check because the 1 hour time frame will fuck up my analysis, all my drawings. And if we look at it this way, we can actually see that it is indicating some bullish momentum. I mean, it broke through here. It found a really good resistance at 2.37, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's telling us at least something. I mean, what we could look at is if we check out something like this. Where does it bounce up of? The 0.382 right here, and here more so the 0.618. And in these kind of situations where the price is not really trending, the 0.618 is more reliable than the 0.382, because that indicates that a trend is forming, but it is taking slower steps basically. So let's actually see where the 0.618 brings us for Cardano. That would be 2.23. It might actually build up even slower. So then you would need to take a look at the 0.786, which is not, it's just not that reliable as the 0.382, 0.5 and the 0.618, but it can be used. It can be used. Something is happening to SHIB, isn't it? Yeah, it's dropping. Price was actually right there a few moments ago. Alright. So with the price dropping again from this, I mean, I can just assume that either it will bounce off of this 2465 area again, or it will drop down completely, possibly up until this green area, which is 1640 up until 1500. But we'll keep that in mind. We were busy on Cardano. So yeah, as I said, with the price moving this slowly and there not really being a trend, I think a better entry could be right here. So what price area is that? That's 2.2 up until, yeah, 2.2 basically, around the 2.2 area. So first of all, that's the top of this major key level, so that'd be a good entry. But then there's also a 0.786 Fibonacci level, and actually two trend lines are coming together. So yeah, I think this is a very strong area. So if you would ask me a potential scenario or path that it could take, said it might bounce off this first, then find resistance at 2.32 again, and it might actually from here commence a bull run, possibly. Excuse me. But yeah, possibly. I mean, if you look at the price right now of Cardano, it doesn't seem like there is a lot of bullish momentum or bullish sentiment in the price. But if you look around the crypto community and stuff, there is a lot of bullish sentiment. So if you would follow me around this train of thought, is that if it hits this area, which is technically very strong, that might cause a move that goes beyond the 2.37 key level, or this full key level, this full gray area, which is from 2.3 up until 2.37. So it might actually go through all of that, and with that many people invested, both literally and unliterally, with that many people invested in what the price is doing, a break of just this key level might cause a lot of more influx, and it might actually break through this key level, so the 2.47 up to the 2.43. And then basically the first possible resistance is 2.6, and from there I don't know what would happen. Okay, that's yeah, from there basically a lot of things can happen. I'm not quite sure on that, but with that school of thought, this tiny area could bring a lot of, or it could bring a very big bull run, and obviously the way I stated it right now is not the literal way in which it will happen. I mean, there probably will be some minor resistance right here, some minor resistance right here. It might consolidate between this or somewhere in this key level before it actually shoots through the 2.6, but that seems very viable to me that will happen. So again, I think that would be a very nice trade. If you just don't join the stream, the same goes for compound. This area is very interesting as well, so the 318 up to the 316. And for Cardano, the area would be the 2.2. So yeah. Very interesting areas in my opinion. Alright. I think I'll make an end to the stream. It's almost 10 o'clock GMT +1 right now. And I'll get to finishing this stream and making a video out of it. And you'll probably see this when it is posted as a video. I'll make sure to include all the cryptocurrencies I did a price prediction on, so and create some sort of chapters so that you can actually retrace where I did price predictions on certain cryptocurrencies. So yeah, basically that's it. I'm gonna try to find a way to stop the stream. Thank you for watching, if you have watched this whole stream. And then I will see you in the next video or stream. So thank you for watching, and have a great night or great day, depends on where you are.